कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ नमस्त्रिकालसत्याय जगन्नाथाय सुताय च सभृत्याय सपुत्राय सकलात्राय ते नमः। अवतीर्ण सकारुण्यौ परिचिन्नौ सदीश्वरौ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंदौ द्वौ भ्रातरौ भजे सजयति विशुद्ध विक्रम कनकाभ कमलायते क्षणः वरजानो विलम्बि सद्भुजो बहुधा भक्तिरसा रसाभिनर्तकः जयति जयति देव कृष्ण चैतन्य चन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्या पवित्रः जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेशमूर्ते जयति जयति नित्यं तस्य सर्वप्रियाणां हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। संगत प्रणाम माता जी एंड टू ऑल डिवोटीज।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Since it is the appearance day of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, let us sing this song. नदिया गोद्र में नित्यानंद महाजान नदिया गोद्र में नित्यानंद महाजान अतियाचे नाम हट जीवेर कारण पतियाचे नाम हट जीवेर कारण शतवान जन है शतवान जन है शतवान जन है शतवान जन है प्रभु ज्ञाय भाई मागिए ही भिक्षा प्रभु ज्ञाय भाई मागिए ही भिक्षा बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण करो कृष्ण शिक्षा बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण करो कृष्ण शिक्षा शतवान जन है शतवान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है अपराध शून्य हो लो कृष्ण नाम अपराध शून्य हो लो कृष्ण नाम कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धन प्राण कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धन प्राण श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है कृष्ण संसार पुरु छाड़िया नाचार कृष्ण संसार पुरु छाड़िया नाचार जीवदोया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार जीवदया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है नदिया गोत्र में नित्यानंद महाजान नदिया गोत्र में नित्यानंद महाजान पतियाचे नाम हट जीवेर कारण पतियाचे नाम हट जीवेर कारण श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we'll be continuing the verses of Digvijay Pandit meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he removes the pride of Digvijay Pandit, but he doesn't want to do it in the public, but still what to do? He has come. He has come where Lord was sitting along with his students. So we are in the 77th verse, right? Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
प्रभुर कोहे तुम्हारा कतिवेर नाही सीमा हेन नाही यहा तुम्ही ना कर वर्णना गंगार महिमा किछु करह पठन शुनिया सबार औक पाप विमोचन शुनि से दिग्वजयी प्रभुर वचन से क्षणे हरिबारे कोरिबारे लागिला वर्णन द्रुत ये लागिला विप्रकरिते वर्णना कटक रूपे बोले तारके करीबे सीमा. The Lord said, "Oh, I have heard that you are very expert in the poetic ability. There is nothing that you can not describe. Can you please recite some glories of Ganga?" Because you said just by hearing the glories of Ganga, all the sins are automatically destroyed. So, hearing the request of Lord, Digvijay immediately began to describe the glories of Ganga. Who can fathom the countless verses that the Brahmana so quickly recited? So, the Brahmana was very expert in describing any subject. Now, here, Lord is glorifying his ability, and he wants him to glorify the Mother Ganga. He wants him to glorify Mother Ganga. He says, "Please glorify." And immediately he started chanting the verses. When you say fathom means how we are going to measure, how we are going to even recollect what he has told. So quickly he was reciting the verses. Now, Kata Megha. So this all explanation is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, 16th chapter, Adi Leela, 34 to 36. Kata Megha Shuni Yena Kare Garchana, Yei Matta Kati Vera Gambhirya Patana. So Digvijay's hesitation was like the deep rumbling of clouds. जीवाय आपनी सरस्वती अधिष्ठान ये बोलाए सीहय अत्यंत प्रमाण. Now Saraswati, Mother Saraswati personally decided on the tongue of Digvijay. So whatever he spoke was authorized. The word atyanta pramana means most authentic, reasonable, trustworthy or certain. Manushyera shakti taha dushibeka ते दुषिबेका के हेन विद्यावंत नाही बुझिबेका ये. No human being had the ability to refute his speech, for no scholar could even understand him. You can refute somebody's statement only when you understand. Now he was speaking such beautiful verses glorifying Ganga, getting the power from Saraswati, because Saraswati herself resided in his tongue. So it was like beyond understanding for the scholars. So nobody could refute him. Sahasra Sahasra Yata Prabhura Shishyagana Avak Haila Sabhe Shunina Varnana. There were thousands of students, because as soon as they understood, Navdeep came to understand, all the students of the Navadvip, scholars of the Navadvip, they came to know that Digvijay Pandit has come. So many of them assembled over there, and they all became speechless when they heard the description given by Digvijay Pandit. Rama Rama Adbhuta. they were chanting, "Oh Rama Rama, what Adbhuta! Smarena Shishyagana." They're all marveled. Manushya ye matak ki Spuraya Kathana. Can an ordinary human being speak like this? Oh Rama, Rama. Actually, this Rama, Rama, generally South Indians, they have this habit of exclaiming their wonder. Even Bengalis also have. Rama, Rama. Jagate adbhutayata shabda alankara seibai kativera varnana nahiyara. And all the wonderful words, the literary ornaments, they're all used in the Digvijay's recitation, all wonderful words, they're all ornamented actually, the glorification. Sarva Shastre Mahavisharada ye jana hena shabdatana sabara o bhujite vishama. Even those who were fully conversant in the scriptures had great difficulty understanding his words. Yei mata prahara khaneka digvijay adbhuta se padaye tathapi anta nahi. So now ye mata prahara. So he continuously recited the verses for 3 hours. 1 prahara is equal to 3 hours. In the day is equivalent to 8 praharas. That is 24 hours. So 1 prahara, that means for 3 hours continuously he was reciting. In the prayers composed and recited by the Digvijay, there were many astonishing and choice arrangements of words and beautiful metaphors. Therefore, even the most learned scholars who were expert in the scriptures felt extreme difficulty in considering and releasing those verses. Padi yadi Digvijay Hailavasara tabi hasi balilena Shri Gaura Sundara. When Digvijay finished his recitation, that is the glorification of Mother Ganga, Gaur Sundar smiled and spoke. Avasara here means ceased. Here Avasara refers to when he ceased, restrained. Tomara ye shabdera granthana abhipraya tumi vine bhujaila bhuja nahi yaya. What a wonderful explanation you have given. No one could understand. Yeteka apane kichukarah व्याख्यान ये शब्दे ये बोला तुम्ही सही सुप्रमाण. So now, because no one could understand, we do one thing. Take a portion and please explain your recitation. Because whatever you explain, that has to be accepted. Shunina Prabhura Vakya Sarva Manohara Vyakhya Karivar Lagilena Vipravara. So Lord glorified Digvijay Pandit. So hearing this wonderful praises and chanting words, the rest of the Brahmanas began to speak. Vyakhya karilei matra prabhu sei kshane dushilena adi madhya ante tina sthane. Now, as soon as he started explaining the verse, Lord immediately started pointing out the defects, beginning, middle, end. Digvijay began to enthusiastically explain the following verse that he composed. Mahatattvam Ganga Yaha Satatam Idam Abhatintaram Yadesha Shri Vishnu's Charana Kamalotpatti Subhaga Ditiya Shri Lakshmi Iva Suranare Archyas Charana Bhavani Bhartu Ya Shirasi Vibhavati Adbhuta Guna. So the meaning what Digvijay Pandit had given for this is the greatness of Mother Ganga always brilliantly exists. Mahattattvam Gangayaha Satatam always exists. Idam Abhatintaram Yadesha Shri Vishnu Charana Kamalotpati Subhaga. What a Saubhagya she has. She emanates from the lotus feet of Shri Vishnu. Titiya Shri Lakshmi Iva Suranarair Archya Sarana. She is the second goddess of fortune and she's always worshipped by Suranarai, that is the demigods. And by humans, Sura and Nara, they worship her. So she has all the wonderful qualities. Bhavani Bhartur Ya Shirasi Vibhavati Adbhuta Guna. She has all the wonderful qualities. And Bhavani Bhartur, she Ya Shirasi. She has flourished on the head of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is Bhavani Bhartur. the protector of Bhavani, or you can say the lover of Bhavani, the husband of Bhavani. He has held Mother Ganga on the head. प्रभु बोले ये सकल शब्दालंकार शास्त्र मते शुद्ध हिते विषम अपार. Yes, according to the scriptures, all the words and literary ornaments that you have used are far from correct. You have used that. It sounds good, but they are far from correct. When the Digvijay Pandit began to explain the verse he had composed, the Lord pointed out metaphorical faults in the beginning, middle, and end of the words. The expert combination of words and absence of metaphorical faults necessary in the composition of a verse were not found in the Digvijay's verse. One should study the 5 faults and 5 qualities pointed out by the Lord in the Digvijay's verse as found to the Chaitanya Charitamrita 16.54 to 84. So we had done this. So what you can do is you can go through these verses, these faults, where 5 faults, 5 qualities, which are pointed out by Lord in the Digvijay's verse. The Adi Leela you will have. If you want, I can open now also. Or tomorrow we can do that. We can see, we can go through Adi Leela Chaitanya Charitamrita 16th chapter 54 to 84th verse, so that we can understand more nicely what were the faults which were shown by Gauranga. Tomorrow keep this as a topic, 54 to 84th verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela. तुमीवा दियाच कोण अभिप्राय करी बोल देखी कही लेना गौरांग श्री हरि. So then Gauranga asked, what was the intended meaning of these ornaments? एतबड़ सरस्वती पुत्र दिग्विजयी सिद्धांतना स्फुरे किचु बुद्धि केलस कहीं. Digvijay, the great son of Saraswati, was unable to properly explain, for his intelligence had left him. The pride, because of his pride, the intelligence left him. It is said, Mother Saraswati is subservient to Krishna. If she sees someone having pride, even her own son, or blessed son, can say, she leaves the son and goes away. Buddhi Gena Kahi indicates that his intelligence has gone somewhere. In other words, the reasoning ability of Digvijay was completely lost. सात पंच बोले विप्र प्रबोधिते नारे यही बोले ताई दोषे ताई दोषे गौरांग सुंदर. So whatever little attempt he did to defend himself, generally when you tell a person you are wrong, then he tries to defend himself. So because he's trying to defend himself, and whenever he's trying to defend himself, he was refuted again by Gaur Sundar. सकल प्रतिभा कलाइल कोण स्थाने आपने ना बुझे विप्र की बोले आपने. So it appeared that his intelligence had taken leave of him. So he was not knowing what he was saying. Same thing happened with Narayana Bhattacharya. When he insulted the wonderful work done in Malayalam language or the Prakrit language by Punamalai. So whenever there is an insult done, then Lord cannot tolerate. So though Narayana Bhattacharya had written Narayaniam, Lord comes and asks him, can you tell me the meanings of these verses? First you recite the verses. In the recitation itself, he found many faults. Even he found the faults in the composition of the verses, though it was all composed by Lord himself. So Lord can do anything. He can make a correct thing into a wrong thing, or he can refute a wrong thing into a correct thing. It is up to Lord. Then Prabhu bole ye ठाकुर हे ठाकुर का पढ़ किछुआर पढ़ीते ओ पूर्वमत शक्ति नाही आर. He said, leave this verse and recite another. No, leave it. He was trying to defend himself. And Lord said, leave it, leave it. Now speak something else now. Next verse. Kun chitra tahana sammoka prabhustane vere o paina mohoyandra vidyamane. Now, Digvijay was completely bewildered. And it is not something unusual. Before Lord, everybody is bewildered only. We can never show our intelligence to Lord. Whatever intelligence we have is only given by Krishna. What intelligence we can show to Lord? Even, it is said, even the Vedas are bewildered in the presence of Lord. Though the Vedas emanate from Krishna, now Vedas, they cannot claim that they know everything about Krishna. Vedas emanate from Krishna. Vedas means complete knowledge. Even that complete knowledge is bewildered before that complete person. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Whatever emanates from him is also Purnam. But that Purna Vedaha is also bewildered when he comes in presence of that Supreme Personality of God, Krishna. So in this way, everything is Purnam. He is Purnam, everything emanates from him is Purnam, whatever left is also Purnam. Everything is Purnam. But when the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, who is Purnam? Everything, whatever is Purnam emanating from him, left after that also, everybody is bewildered just by seeing Krishna. Apani Ananta Chaturmukha Panchanana Yan Sabara Drishtiye Haya Ananta Bhuvana तांड्रोपायेन मोहयान्द्र विद्यमाने कोन चित्र से विप्रेर मोह प्रभु स्थाने. Now even Brahma, Lord Brahma, apane ananta chaturmukha panchanana. So Ananta Chaturmukha, Lord Shiva, Chaturmukha is Brahma. Everyone is bewildered just by seeing Krishna. Now what they do? They are maintaining, they are creating, maintaining, annihilating the innumerable universes. When they are bewildered before the Lord, then what is so surprising? Tanre payana moha yandra vidyaman. When they are bewildered, kona chitra se vipra moha prabhusthane. This Vipra, this Brahmana, if he is bewildered, what is so surprising in it? Kona chitra. The bewilderment of Lord Anantadeva by Lord Gauranarayana is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam 2.7.41. In the following words by Brahma to Narada, Brahma says to Narada, neither I nor all the sages born before you know fully the omnipotent personality of God. So what can others who are born after us know about him? And Arjuna says this, na vidurna devana danavaha. Nobody can know about him. Even the first incarnation of the Lord, namely Shesha, has not been able to reach the limit of such knowledge, although he is describing the qualities of the Lord with 1,000 faces. You see, with 1,000 faces, more than that, millions and millions of faces. He is describing Lord. Ananta has so many mouths. Zarupa Goswami says one mouth is not enough. 2 years are not enough. Kunde Tandavani Rapim Kanute Vindavani Lapte Karna Krodha Kadambini Gatayate Karnar Mutebhya Spruhan. Even if I have thousands and thousands of ears and mouth, it is impossible to describe Krishna's glories. So even Ananta finds himself incompetent to describe Krishna's glories. After Brahma, the creator of the universe, told the calves and the cowherd boys of Raja, Lord Krishna, in order to bewilder Brahma and destroy the lamentation of the cowherd boys, mothers, personally accepted the forms of the cowherd boys and calves and continued enjoying his pastimes in the pasturing grounds for 1 year at the time. Seeing the gopis and cows excessive love and affection for their offspring and being unable to understand the cause, Lord Balram thought as follows: who is this mystic power? And where has he come from? Is she a demigod or demoness? She must be the illusory energy of the master, Lord Krishna, or for who else can bewilder me? So we know the Brahma Vimoha Leela, which happens, Brahma seeing Lord sitting along with his Gopasakhas and exchanging the loving dealings with his friends. All had opened their meal box and they were exchanging the food which were given by their mothers. They're putting in the mouth of Krishna. Krishna is then playing with Krishna, teasing him, doing some mischief with Krishna. Seeing all these things, Brahma is thinking, is he the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Then he steals the calves. He steals the, the cowherd boys. And here Krishna, what he does, he understands the intention of Brahma. He immediately expands into as many calves and as many boys and goes to Vrajabhumi, goes to Vrindavan, and there he satisfies every mother, because every mother was thinking that, oh, my son has come back from the farming, from cattle grazing. So he has come back. Actually, who came back that time? It was Krishna, who has taken the form of as many cows and as many calves and as many cowherd boys. This Leela happens exactly on Balaram Jayanti Day, Raksha Bandhan, Balaram Jayanti Day. And on that day, Balaram was not sent along with Krishna because Rohini was celebrating the birthday of Balaram. Generally on the birthday, oil bath is given, some pujas are done, nice, wonderful items are made, offered to Lord and fed to the children. Not cutting the cake, blowing off the candle. That is all inauspicious. As children are made to sit in the yajna and a wonderful celebration happens. Now Balaram was not there, and for 1 year, just imagine 1 year. What is it, 1 year? Brahma stealing the calves and the cowherd boys and locking them inside the caves and turning his face to this side. It's just a fraction of a second for Brahma to do all these things, and look what Krishna is doing. He wanted to test Krishna. He wanted to test Krishna whether he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because if he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, why is he doing all these activities? So he wanted to test Brahmaji. Brahma wanted to test Krishna. So it took a fraction of a second to look from the cave's position and to look at Krishna. When he looked at Krishna, he saw him. He's sitting along with all the Gopasakhas. Again, he's sitting along with the cows, and the calves are also grazing. He's sitting with all his friends. And this period took 1 year of earthly time calculation. And he understood that he has done a wrong thing by doubting Krishna. Before this happens, 3 days before this, Balaram sees that the cows who were grazing on the top of the hill, when they saw their calves who were along with Krishna, the downhill, and the men and the cows, when they saw the cows, what happened? The cows just started running down the hill with a great speed. It is said for the cows to get down from the hill, it is a very difficult task. But very nicely they came and started licking the calves. The Balaram was thinking, why is it that newly born calves, which were along with the cows, they are actually more dear to the cows than the elderly cows. So newly born cows were left by the mother cow and they came to lick these cows. And the men, they were very angry. They were chasing these cows to stop them running down the hill. But when they came before their boys, because all the cowherd boys also were there, immediately their anger and all subsided and they started hugging their children, smelling their forehead. So this is the way that they were expressing their love. So I thought, what is this Shakti? Is it Maya Shakti? Or is it some Asuri Shakti, Daivi Shakti? How is it that I am not able to understand this? Why so much of love is exhibited? Actually, those who were present along with Krishna, they were Krishna himself. That is why the love which mother cows had for their calves, they went on increasing day by day. They loved the particular calf, actually Krishna who has appeared in that particular calf more than even they loved their own calves. Now because Krishna appeared as their calf, and it became equal to the love with Krishna, so much of love was exhibited. So in this way, Balaram could understand that there is something wrong. He looked at Krishna, then Krishna just signed him. He said, see everyone's forehead. In a very sukshma rupa, subtle rupa, there were peacock feathers in everyone's head. Balaram could understand, yes, they are all expansion of Krishna. Now all this expansion of Krishna, as many cows, as many cowherd boys, they all sat with Krishna. When Brahma sees this scene, again he is so bewildered. He comes and asks the forgiveness. So this is how the Brahma Vimoha Leela happens. So Krishna can bewilder anyone, can bewilder Brahma, bewilder Shiva, bewilder Ananta also. Tene Brahma Hudaya Adi Kavaya Viyanti Surayah. We have this first verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, first chapter. Muhyanti. What is the meaning of Muhyanti? Muhyanti means bewildering. He can bewilder anyone and everyone. It's up to him. When he can bewilder Ananta, when Ananta is unable to describe him, when Lord Balaram, who is knower of everything, is expansion of Krishna himself, when Krishna can bewilder him also, then what to speak of all of us? What to speak of Vijay Pandit? For 1 year, can say 362 days, Balaram could not identify Krishna. Every day he used to go along with him. When the next Balaram Jayanti, till the next Balaram Jayanti, he could not identify even Krishna. Because Krishna was, he could not identify the boys, he could not identify the cows, the day when Krishna himself. Then what to speak about Digvijay? And further, we will read tomorrow. Any doubts? No doubts? So from today, we have started the Rajbhog Seva. Any of the Rajbhog Seva was started from 4th September. That is Radhashtami day. Every day Rajbhog is made. And till yesterday, it was given to various donors. From today, it will be given to the devotees. Rajbhog. It is said among all the artis, Rajbhog Arti is a very important arti. Rajbhog Seva is the most important seva. This seva is done by Brahmin initiated devotees, preferably by Brahmin initiated devotees, assisted by Harinam initiated devotees. Only in emergency, Harinam initiated devotees can light the fire. So it is done in the kitchen made specially for Lord Jagannath, for the Lord. And generally, it is not eaten in a full way by the ones who are cooking. They can just little bit taste, not stomach full. One can have that. It is given to the donors. It is given to those who are assisting. So we have started this from today, that we will be sending to your houses. The day has been fixed. It will be also sent outside Thane also. It will contain 4 items. It can contain chappan item also, but we don't have the capacity or cooking facilities. Not many are Brahmin initiated. Few are Brahmin initiated. Few are first initiated. So we'll be trying to do all this. Hare Krishna.
Party.
Okay, what is this party? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Hari Bol. Sing a song. Sing a song.
Shiva Jagu. Shiva Jagu. Chandra Bole.
Koto.
Maya. Kore. Pujiya. Pujiya. संसार भी तोरे तुम्हें गोरे जीव जागो
जीव जागो गोरा चांद बोले हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा वांछा कल्पतरु you want to sing more
सिंधु देवच सनाम पाव पतितनाम पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः कृष्ण वृंदावन जय श्री
जय जय नयन मंजरी की जय हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा
कॉल करो
I'll call you